Iha! Tô aqui sem minha caráter, mas na verdade são minhas roupas normais, porque eu tô num evento chamado Person of the Year, que todos os anos rola 2 dias antes do Grammy e tem uma pessoa do ano, a melhor pessoa do ano, homenageada. No caso, em 2019, a grande homenageada é ela, madrinha de Miley Cyrus, rainha do country, Dolly Parton. Person of the Year, homenageada a Dolly Parton. Meu Deus, o que é isso? Tem prova de Grammy domingo e eu não sei nada. Eu vou explicar pra vocês. A Music Cares é uma instituição mantida pela Recording Academy, a.k.a. Grammy. E é uma instituição que ajuda músicos, artistas em necessidade e tal. E a Dolly Parton é uma das artistas que mais colabora com a instituição Music Cares. Portanto, ela é homenageada de 2019. E palmas pra Dolly Parton, rainha generosa. E eu já tô aqui no tapete vermelho, onde todos os veículos já estão se posicionando. Mostra lá, ó. Cada um tem um cantinho pra fotografar aí, gravar esses cristais, esses pop icons que estão pra chegar. You've been nominated to 3 of the main categories of the show. How's this Grammy experience for you?
It's been unbelievable for me. It's changed my life. It hasn't changed the fact that I'm going to go home at the end of the day and change diapers and still be a mom. But visibly, I believe that representation for LGBTQ youth and women can be life or death. And any part of that I can take, I'm eternally grateful.
Where were you when you discovered that you had been nominated to so many categories?
I was sound asleep. And I was woken by my friend and my publicist, Asha, who was crying. I don't think I'll ever forget what it felt like. It was just joy.
And are you a Dolly Parton fan?
I am probably the biggest Dolly Parton fan here. I am a massive Dolly fan, have been since I was a very little girl.
Oh my God, I love Lisa Loeb! Let's start talking about Dolly Parton. Are you a huge fan?
You know, I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton. I love her heart. I love her sense of humor. She's a great storyteller. She's always gorgeous. She's so down to earth and out of this world at the same time. She's like one of my idols.
Do you have like a favorite performance or a favorite song by Dolly's?
Well, I love all of her performances, but I love 9 to 5. That's one of my favorites. You know, I was a kid of the 80s and the 70s. 9 to 5, it just wakes me up and gets me out of bed.
Which one of the performances tonight are you more eager to see?
You know, I'm a huge fan of Casey Musgraves as well. So I'm excited to see what she's going to do. That's the great thing about Dolly Parton songs, too, is that I love when she sings them, but they're amazing classic songs. Anybody can sing them. Maybe not as well as Dolly.
Lisa Loeb, rainha dos anos 90. Vamos observar agora as pessoas dos veículos para ver se eles são estranhos igual a gente, ó. Pessoal simpático. I'd like to talk about the nomination for Best Rock Performance. And you're the only woman in your category to be nominated. Talk about that.
It's fantastic. I'm representing on all fronts here. But I think it's wonderful because I'm at a point in time in my career where, you get to speak to young women who are, just learning drums or just learning guitar and trying to get into the music industry. And there's still so much that blocks you as you're a woman. And so the fact that, I'm able to be here watching a woman who literally carved out a path for all of us to walk through, and then to be able to kind of pass that along by representing my own genre here and representing, my unique view of rock and roll through a woman's eyes, is pretty special. So yeah, it's quite the honor.
Let's talk about Dolly a little bit. What was your first contact with this queen?
We saw her for the first time at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville.
I'm not even joking. It's one of the top 3 shows I've ever seen.
We laughed to the point of tears, and then we cried. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful thing to hear her absolutely unafraid of being herself, and she's so funny.
Yeah, you just fall in love with her. Like, you just watch her, like, oh my God, she's so awesome.
It's just
I want to
so
be
cool.
like Dolly when I grow
Yeah,
up.
oh, yeah.
Muito legais, gostei deles, hein? Ó, eu nunca tinha vindo num red carpet, mas eu tô achando esse aqui bem curioso, porque ele é meio quadrado, entendeu? Ó, tô me sentindo até mais à vontade do que deveria no red carpet. Quem sabe, né? Eu escrevo uma música chamada Shallow e apareço no Grammy. I'd like to ask you, are you a Dolly fan? How does Dolly Parton fit into your life?
Who isn't a Dolly fan? First of all. So I grew up listening to Dolly Parton. She's just one of those people who, she transcends time and space. And she's one of the reasons definitely why I do what I do. Like, she was humble beginnings and she worked her ass off and she got where she is today. And now she's getting Person of the Year at Music Cares. And even though I don't know her personally, I feel so connected and I feel so proud of her, because to see somebody work so hard and get this, it's very inspiring.
And do you think country music is more like mainstream and maybe making a comeback with artists like Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus, who's
So I think that, first of all, the lines between the different music genres are definitely getting blurred. And I'm very happy about that because as a country music artist myself, I'm not what you would call, like, I guess, pop country. But it's really cool that there is a category of pop country. There's all these subcategories of country music now. It's very inspiring to see those lines are finally getting blurred and they don't matter as much because country is a way of life. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
Oh, please don't take him just because you can.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
Wow! Ai, que legal, eu amei ela. I'd like to know about your relation with Dolly Parton. Are you a Dolly fan?
We are. We are Dolly fans, and even more so since we moved to Nashville 3 years ago. Growing up in the 80s, you know, the slew of hits that she had, the movies that she had, you couldn't escape Dolly Parton. She was everywhere, and her musical genius and her songwriting prowess lives on today with people still covering her songs, you know, decades and decades and decades later.
And what's your favorite Dolly song?
Oh man, I'll name 3 that I love. Well, there's actually 4, but we all know the one song everyone always says, but Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like This? Dumb Blonde, 9 to 5, and then of course I Will Always Love You.
And lastly, I'd like to know what's the importance of Music Care for you and why is it so important for musicians everywhere?
I tell you, Music Cares has had such a profound impact on my life. It's no secret the struggles that I've been through in my life. They're very public. And Music Cares came to the rescue through their support and guidance. I'm going on 5 years sober. I have my family. You know, they help save my family and save my life. And they do that every day. And I'm just one example of a life that was saved by Music Cares.
Hi, how are you doing? Fernanda. TNT, Brazil. Yeah, cool.
Brazilian.
Your mother's Brazilian?
My mother is born in Sao Paulo.
Oh, that's great. What's her name?
Marluz.
Let's talk about Dolly Parton because you worked with her in Dumpling. How was it like working with her?
Well, Dolly is an incredibly inspiring person, as you guys know. She's exactly what you would imagine her to be. She likes to lift people up and doesn't get involved in, you know, any kind of negativity. She's an incredible writer, and we just had a really good time together.
Are you eager for a performance tomorrow? Oh, Miley.
How you doing? Looking hot.
Thank you.
I can't kiss you tonight, though.
Yeah.
It'll be so obvious.
All I can say is it's going to be drop dead. It's going to be pretty incredible.
Oh, and are you working on a new project right now, maybe as a producer? And
I'm doing so many things right now. I have a company called We Are Here, HEAR, and we're doing so many great things. I'm managing artists, producing.
Gente, a Dolly Parton tá aqui, e a linda Perry, Miley Cyrus, família inteira.
I'm going in there after.
Gente, depois que Miley Cyrus entrou de penetra na entrevista com a linda Perry, não tenho mais nada pra falar. Família Cyrus toda aqui atrás, Dolly Parton, ó, que noite. Só digo tchau e digo que o Grammy é amanhã, então fique ligado nas redes sociais da TNT que eu vou estar lá no tapete vermelho tentando entrevistar todo esse pessoal. Tchau!